Welcome to the Stage Code podcast with Paris and Bec.
This podcast is all about bodybuilding, raw and unfiltered, from off-season to stage day and everything in between.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Stage Code podcast. We are on episode number 3. Woohoo.
Oh, good.
Finally.
And we're starting on record time today.
Also, we're doing visual now, so not just audio. Hello,
Hey
if you're
guys.
watching. I got a new computer and it's very much working for us.
We're leveling up.
We are absolutely leveling up. So that's a win in our favor. Only episode 3 and we're already, figuring it all out, which is good.
I know, look at us go. We've already got some fans too. All my family's been commenting on
I
the
know,
podcast.
I'm like, oh, who is that? I'm like, oh, it's your sister.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
now, shout out to my sister's boyfriend. He's our number one fan.
He is a hype girl. He is definitely a hype girl.
Yeah.
We
Never
love him.
seen a bodybuilding show in his life, but he said, I think he's going to come to my show, so that'll give him a good taste.
Yeah, definitely. Good.
Yeah, he's our fan.
Yeah,
so
I love
shout out Noah.
Yeah, we love you. Thank you for the support.
Best brother-in-law. Sorry,
Yes.
Zach.
Yeah.
That's my other brother-in-law.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
You got to
listened
step
yet,
up
but
though. You got to step up. Like,
yeah, you got to earn those brownie points.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you're the sister to please for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. Well, today we're going to talk about the cost of competing.
Yeah, because it is in fact sending us broke.
Yeah,
But we love it. It's a love sport. 100%.
Yeah. just pretend like the money's not coming into your bank account.
Yeah.
It's not coming in, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
It's free.
It's free. It balances out and it's so fun.
It's like
you can always earn more.
It's like
earn more
girl
money.
math. Like
Yeah.
it's worth it.
Yeah,
Like when you get
100%.
to look like that and you get to go through it, it's girl math, which means basically free.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. That's what we'll tell ourselves anyway.
Basically free.
Okay, so we are pretty much just going to break it down for you guys, like bit by bit of
Yeah.
how much everything is kind of what you should expect to kind of pay.
No BS.
Yeah, absolutely no BS. And obviously there's going to be different variances in like different federations, obviously how many shows you do, how many divisions you do, all that kind of stuff. But we'll give you kind of like a base / on the probably the higher end.
Yeah.
Of if you were to do probably, either IFBB or ICN, because that's obviously what we've done. So yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think like, oh, bikini and coaching, cool, like I'm set.
Yeah.
But there's so much more
So much more.
that goes into it. Once you actually get into it and you go, oh, like
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And like if you're not financially stable at the start, like you better believe you're not going to be like if you're not sure if you can afford coaching right from the start, you better believe you're not going to be able to afford anything else in prep.
Yeah. If you can't afford your weekly coaching and your weekly groceries, then don't do it.
Don't do it. No way. Yeah.
Get a bit of savings. Or that's another thing. Like if you're thinking, I want to compete next year or I want to compete in the next 6 months, start saving right now.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like you started saving like the moment you stepped off stage for like this.
Yeah,
time,
I didn't
right?
save as much as I wanted to now that I'm in prep because I did go to Japan and do all those things. But like, even if you can put away $20 a week, like even if it's not a huge sum, just put it away because every dollar is going to help you in the long run. And then it takes
It'll go
that
far.
stress off as well
During prep.
prep because you don't want to be stressed financially and you don't want to be having to pick up extra shifts at work when
Yes.
you're in the depths and you're tired and you're hungry and you're angry. You don't want to be like working overtime.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's something that I didn't really fully realize until when we were in prep and going from like the first show that I did. So I did Sydney Super Bodies and then I legit had no money left over. Like I couldn't afford to do the national show because I just couldn't afford it. So I think definitely understanding that, going into, if you wanted to do more than one show, and I always try and highly recommend it if you can kind of push, whether it's a week, 2 weeks, sometimes it's like 4. I'd highly recommend trying to push for like whether it's a national show or state championships or whatever it may be. Definitely worthwhile because like you've done so much hard work and you can literally be on stage for like 5 minutes and then that's it. So
And you don't want the reason that's holding you back. Like you would rather be held back by your body or like something like that. Like being held back by money is a little bit disappointing.
it's
when
disheartening.
you
for
know that
sure.
you've put in all this hard work and it just comes down to, like I can't afford it.
Yeah.
You don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah, because I knew I could have kept going. I knew I could have done, and obviously doing so well. Like I wasn't expecting to do well in my first show too, and then to be obviously not really able to afford that. Obviously, you have to have like a bit of a think to be like, okay, like I was even contemplating like a wallet wizard loan or something like that, and I was like, I remember like asking my mum for money, and then something happened and she couldn't afford it. I was like, "That's so fine, like, it is what it is, right? It's like it meant to be." But also, if I had known that going into it, then it would have been a different
Mm,
story. So, with that being said, we're gonna kinda just break it down bit
yeah.
by bit,
And I just
right?
wanna quickly say sorry, Beck.
No, love that.
You don't need to be, like, rich, like, you don't need to be
Oh,
well
no.
off, like, I am not anything special, like, I work a very standard job,
Yeah,
very standard pay, earn a very standard living,
yeah,
and, like, you can make it work.
yeah.
Like, if you wanna make it work, you'll make it work.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's the same with anything, right? Like, if you wanna go on a
Yeah.
holiday, you save up for the
Yeah,
holiday.
like, I don't wanna give people this wrong idea that you have to
It's
be earning a certain amount of money or you
yeah.
have to be successful to be able to do it, like, it is achievable, you just need to plan ahead.
Yeah, 100%. And
Yeah.
obviously, like, if it wasn't achievable, there wouldn't be so many people that are doing it as well,
Exactly,
right? So,
yeah.
yes, it is. It's just probably more so we want you to know what you're going into,
Yes, know what you're getting yourself and
especially
your bank
before
account
prep.
into.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, especially before prep. So, with that being said, yeah, we're just gonna kinda list through and kind of chat through some of the things. So, obviously, everything is, you can go like a cheaper option for like your bikini, and you don't have to get like a posing bikini, but these are all things that, most people would kind of wanna do, and I definitely did right from the start, right? Like, I didn't get a posing bikini because that was kind of a little bit later in my bodybuilding career that kind of
Mhm.
started to be a thing. Um, and I had just kind of got used to posing in like swimmers or my G banger and crop or
Yeah.
whatever. Um, but yeah, so it's not completely necessary, but definitely could be potentially beneficial.
Beneficial,
Yeah,
yeah, and if
for
you wanna
sure.
set yourself up successfully
Yeah,
and
definitely.
yeah, these are kind of the things that you should sort of be spending your
Yeah.
money on or will be spending your money on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first thing is obviously your bikini. That's probably something that I think a lot of people don't know exactly how expensive they are. When it comes to, so I've bought 3 bikinis in my life, which like holy moly to think that. Oh, oh. So
That's a house deposit, no.
literally, yeah, 100%. Like, oh my god. Um, so roughly between probably 650 to like 750 per bikini. So you're obviously talking like the sparkles, the custom fit, like the whole shebang. So that's just for like an IFBB or an ICN. If you're going into like an FMG type style,
Mm.
which is so much more, so you're looking at a couple of grand
Yeah,
onwards
you're
for
looking at,
there.
like, probably minimum 12 to
Yeah,
$1,500, I'm
yeah,
pretty sure,
yeah,
for those
absolutely.
FMG.
You can obviously get secondhand ones and, you can go like marketplace and all that, but at the end of the day, like, you obviously want it to be fitting you specifically.
Mm.
So you kind of tend to just to take that stress. It's funny, like you take the stress away of making sure it fits, but then obviously it's a bit of a financial burden. So, you know, figure out what you think is, more important
Yeah.
and kind of go from that. But
And there are, like, options as well, like, I wanted to spend a little bit less on my bikini, like, I was a uni student at the time, and so I was like, "I'm gonna cut costs wherever I can."
yeah,
So I did a little DIY on my bikini. I had just the plain bikini sent to me, and then I purchased the bling, and I put all the bling on by myself, so that is an option to kinda cut down costs if you wanted to, and like Beck said, you can rent and you can get ready-made ones that you didn't custom, you didn't pick the color and the bling and all of that sort of stuff. But it's an individual thing, like, it's
yeah,
whatever
yeah.
you wanna spend your wherever you wanna spend during your prep.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say as well, like there's so many different types of bikinis out there as well. Like you've got your molded and your
Mm.
the like the ones that are kind of like a padded bra type thing,
Yeah, and then you got more
more
triangle bikini
triangle,
style
yeah,
sort
a
of
bit more
ones,
like
yeah.
rounded cup. Like there's so many different types out there. And I remember buying my very first one and I just didn't feel like it fit quite right. But then I went for another bikini for like my second season and I hated it. I looked so bad in it just because it didn't suit my body. I have such a long torso and this one was really like it was quite a small triangle like in the top and it did not make my body look good at all. So then I
Mm.
went back to like like the original kind of style but obviously like different color and fit differently and stuff. And the other thing as well, obviously, as you go through, ideally you'd want to be growing and stuff like that. So you're probably going to need maybe a bigger size here or, whatever. So it's going to be a little bit iffy as to whether you can kind of keep that
Same
original one
bikini,
the
yeah.
whole time, which can be a little bit iffy. But yeah, so that's bikinis. Then we've got heels, which look, I go through what's it called? Shoe Me. And I think I probably pay, like, maybe 120 for my
Mm.
heels, but I know the shoe fairy can be upwards of kind of $200.
Yeah, 200 to 250. Yeah,
Yeah,
250 is probably getting up there, and
yeah,
then again, like, FMG and all those sorts of
Or
ones,
yeah,
like
the custom, yeah.
you don't wear the clear made heels, you get them to match your like, you get them custom made sort of to match your bikini, so
Yeah.
then you're looking at even more expensive.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at ICN, IFBB, it's just the clear sort of style heels.
Yeah.
And then in saying that, like, you don't need to get heels with bling because sometimes those ones may be more expensive, but
Yeah.
it's not a necessity. Obviously, if you want to do that,
Yeah.
go right ahead, but
Yeah,
it's
you don't
not.
need to have the bling on the heels.
Yeah.
They can just be completely clear.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
mine were around that 120 to
Yeah.
150
Yeah, I think mine were
maybe
maybe, yeah,
mark. Yeah.
150. But yeah. That's heels?
Um,
Oh yeah, the posing
Posing
bikinis.
bikini,
Yeah.
yeah, which again, it's not like a must, as Beck was saying before. It can definitely help during your check-ins and stuff because you can kind of see how it's gonna sit on your body similar to, your show bikini, so then your coach can kind of change the angle of how you project your glutes or your shoulder or whatever because they know that that's where, like, that your sorry, I'm trying to think of the words, like, how your body's gonna be hidden or shown by the
Yes.
bikini.
Yeah,
So, yeah,
100%.
I didn't have one personally, like, I did the same thing as Beck, I just did it in my bikini,
Yeah.
but it's definitely a good thing to have, I think, like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get one for this season.
Yeah, definitely. And it does help, like, especially as a coach, you can, depending on where your underwear sit or your swimmers sit, it can hide your upper glute. So
Mm.
maybe like if I can't see your upper glute, I'm like, oh, we need to do so much more upper glute. But when you
It
put on
could
a
be there,
posing, it
it's
could be
just
there, it's just
hidden,
hidden,
yeah, under
right?
what you're
So
wearing.
yeah, it can definitely change the shape of your glutes. And like I said, like when it comes to the top, it can definitely change how you look in your front pose
Mm,
as well. So
for sure.
yeah, definitely something to look into. And obviously it'll kind of give you a little bit of an understanding of what you're wanting as well as far as your bikini too.
Yeah, like, if you want more of the molded cup
Yeah,
or the more relaxed triangle cup,
yeah,
it's a good way to decide with that.
yeah,
And then next would be, posing lessons. So posing lessons are definitely a necessity. I wouldn't
yes.
think as an athlete, I wouldn't go ahead thinking I'm gonna self learn this.
Oh
Like,
no. Oh no, no.
just as much as you need a coach to get you through the prep for like food training wise, you definitely need a posing coach. And we're not just saying that because we
Because we are,
are posing
yeah.
coaches. Like, we're being 100% honest.
Yeah,
You need a posing coach because you can 100% tell the difference between the girls that have it and guys as well, the girls that have it and the girls that don't.
yeah,
So obviously each coach is going to be a bit of a variation, but if you're looking across most coaches, you're looking at anywhere from like 100 to 120, 150, anywhere around that sort of mark
yeah,
per session.
yeah.
And you're probably going to get at least probably 6 sessions
Yeah.
minimum
Yeah.
throughout your prep.
Again, like I think I mentioned it last podcast is that I think I only had like 4 or 6 sessions and I wish I could go back and like
Mm,
shake myself and say you need more because
yeah.
like even looking back at how my posing was, yes, I might have won, whatever, but at the same time, I could have done so much better if I had my posing, a lot more,
Yeah.
well, just
For
better
instance,
in
I'm
general.
in prep right now and I'm doing a session with my coach every 3
Yeah,
weeks.
yeah.
So that's quite a few
Yeah, I
throughout
think
my
every
whole
like
prep.
fortnight to 3 weeks is probably good. I think it's ideal. Obviously, depending on your level into
Like your
competing.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously Paris is, has she's got a lot of experience and stuff. So it's kind of more like refining certain things. Whereas other people that just don't feel like they have the confidence, they don't really know what they're doing. Maybe they're learning a new federation, a new style of posing. Definitely more that, for sure that the fortnightly would be
Mm.
way more beneficial. So yeah, I think that's definitely something to consider.
Yeah, it's gonna be individual, right?
Yeah.
Because, for example, like, I'm only on my 4th lesson with this coach, and we already have my entire routine down,
Yeah.
and we're now just refining everything. So, like, the rest of my prep is just gonna be perfecting that.
Yeah.
But for some people, their first lesson could literally just be spent on their front pose,
Oh, yeah,
and that's it.
definitely. Yeah.
Like,
Like, if we were gonna be taking someone very new, it would be like, "Okay, let's just go through, yeah, maybe that front
maybe
pose."
just your first pose.
Yeah,
That could be it
yeah,
because everyone is gonna cater to it
yeah,
differently. Everyone's gonna adapt to it differently.
yeah, definitely. So that's, posing coaching, and then I guess that kinda leads us right into coaching. So, obviously, again, every coach is gonna have a different price. Like, I know obviously over in if you're gonna go for, like, a States, coach, like, they're gonna be they're a lot. They're expensive, like,
Yeah,
those
or
really
someone
top
that's
ones.
huge with millions of
Yeah,
followers, ones
yeah,
like that. Yeah, you're
yeah, like
looking at very expensive.
yeah, and I think as like, not to diss anyone or anything like that, but
Mhm.
obviously thinking about, like, those coaches that have so many under their like, in prep or whatever it is, it's like, how do you know that you're getting the most, like, specific coaching as
Mm.
well? Like, I feel like, I mean, my coach was amazing. He was great, and he's like the bikini coach of, like,
Yeah.
Australia, but he also he's very good at his job, and he's been doing it for such a long time. And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I was a very easy client. Like, my body kind of did what it was supposed to do. Like, I had a very kind of smooth-ish preps too. So it'd be difficult to be like, someone that's having a lot of, whether it's digestive issues or they've got some health issues or whatever it may be. And then, you've got a coach that has like 200 clients in prep. Like, that
Mm.
would be tricky.
Yeah, like, for example, I was messaging Beck over the last 3 days because my body was having issues,
Yeah.
and she was replying to me straight away.
Yeah, we
Whereas,
developed
like, if
plans. Yeah.
I had a coach that has 300 bikini clients, he might not see my message for 5 days,
Yeah.
and then I'm left in the dark, and I'm kinda going, "Well, what do I do? Like, I'm having these issues with food, like, what do I change? What do I do?"
Yeah.
So sometimes it's good to give those, like, smaller coaches the opportunity because you're gonna get a lot more, I think, in depth and a lot
Yeah.
more face to face,
Yeah.
and a lot more
Feedback
personal
as well.
coaching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to I feel like we're just
Yeah,
trying
not
to
to
sell
say anything.
ourselves or sell me.
Yeah, and not to say anything about these big coaches, like, obviously, they're great for a reason,
Yeah.
but especially as a first-time competitor,
Oh, yeah, for
I
sure.
think it's great to go with someone who isn't on Instagram with 1,000,000 followers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Yeah. So there you're looking at kind of about $100 plus per week. So probably minimum would be like $100 per week, and then, again, ranging up to, like, I know some coaches that they charge like 250 a week for in
Mm.
prep clients.
Yeah.
So obviously it's probably gonna be a little bit cheaper,
And then
in
obviously
off
if you're
season.
doing an in-person session as well, like, you
Yes.
might be doing in person or you could be strictly online. So
Yeah.
it's gonna vary there as
Yeah,
well.
definitely. Yeah. So that would be coaching. Next, we'll go through jewelry. So, it's not an absolute, like, they're not gonna judge you, like, mark you down for not having jewelry, but it's very, like, it's just something that you just do. Some federations won't mark you down. Some will probably. Some of them are not. It's stated in their rules that it's not mandatory to have jewelry, but you kind of just do it because it at the end of the day, you get judged on your overall look.
And it adds to the look.
It adds to the
It kind
look,
of
right?
finishes the look.
Yeah, exactly. Ties it all up in like a neat little bow and kind of gives that a little bit more class, a little bit more, femininity, I
Mm.
guess. So definitely, like, if someone came to me and was like, "I don't think I'm gonna do jewelry," I'd be like, "Take mine." Like, if they're like, "I can't
Yeah.
afford it," I'm like, "Take my jewelry."
And we're
Like,
not saying you need
please
to go
wear
to,
it.
like, Swarovski
Oh,
and spend,
no.
like, $200 on a pair of earrings. Like,
No.
that's not
No,
necessary.
absolutely not. You can just go to, what's the
Lovisa,
Lovisa,
yeah.
yeah.
Or, like,
Um,
even, like, Kmart, honestly, like,
Absolutely.
it's gonna be on you for just the day. Like, it's
Yeah,
not your everyday jewelry.
yeah.
Um,
You can definitely cheap out on it.
Yeah,
Because
and it's from
as long
far
as
a
it
they're looking
sparkles.
at it from far away. As long
Yeah,
as it's got
yeah.
that shimmer and sparkle
Which
under
it
the
should
light,
immediately, yeah.
then you're fine.
Yeah, yeah, you'll be sweet with that. So that's probably roughly about, $150, maybe going up to 200, depending on how many different. I remember, like, for my last show, I was like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna want." So I kinda got a little bit, I went a little bit extra and got kind of a little bit more of a few certain options,
Yeah.
just because I wanted to try it on with my bikini and stuff like that too, so, and then I just was too lazy to take it back, so I just kind of kept it. But obviously I can, lend that to, like, my clients and stuff like that. So that there's definitely an investment in there for me
Mhm.
personally. But yeah, you might find that you might need to, depending on how, obviously, how it wears. I think sometimes you probably feel like you might need to, like, upgrade it every time you compete because, like, thinking about it, right? You're competing and it might be a year in between. They might get a little bit, a little bit icky, a little bit gross. So it might be a thing that you might have to do every single season that you do, but
Yeah.
again, it's
It's not
definitely
a
not
huge
necessary.
cost,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely not a huge cost. Let's try about hair.
Hair, yeah, well, hair's a big one. Hair is very important, I
Hair,
think,
yes.
like, it just really, really adds to the look, and you definitely get judged on
Oh, yeah.
how your hair looks.
Oh, yeah.
So, I would definitely recommend getting your hair done, especially girls that are blonde. I'm not blonde anymore, but I was very blonde for my show. Personally, leading up to my show, I had 2 appointments,
Yeah.
because I really wanted my hair to look perfect. Like, I wanted that. Oh, bless you.
Sorry.
I wanted that perfect crisp blonde.
Yeah.
Being a brunette now, it's a little bit less maintenance, but I will still get my hair done freshly before my
Oh, yeah.
upcoming show because you want, like, that, even just that glossy,
Yes.
shiny,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
your hair never looks the same when you do it yourself.
Oh, never.
Like, if I could just wash it, like, cool, but it's not gonna look as good as when my hairdresser washes it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend getting your hair done.
And then if you're talking, hair extensions and stuff, you obviously need to have it matching, your
Yeah.
like your hair matching your extensions too. So yeah, definitely either way, highly recommend
Yeah,
doing that
get
for
your
sure.
hair done.
Also, like the feeling of getting your hair done, like towards the end of prep, especially if it's peak week when you don't really have
Yes.
all too much
Oh,
cardio left. Like you try
I
and
got
book
mine
your
done, like,
appointment in.
3 days before my show, and I was
Yeah.
just, like,
No more
in the
cardio, just like,
hairdress.
just cark it out. Like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the best feeling. That head massage. Oh,
Yeah.
damn. Knowing that it's not gonna get sweaty from cardio.
Yeah, but then
Best
you're in
feeling
there
ever.
eating your lunch at the hairdresser's, like,
Yeah,
"Sorry,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
peak week, I'm
Yeah.
eating lots of carbs."
Like, this is the best day ever.
Yeah, I'm getting my hair done, I'm eating carbs.
Yeah. I don't have to do cardio.
Yeah. But hair, you're looking at, like, depending on what you've got, like, blonde, you're looking at more expensive. Like,
Yeah.
personally, I know because I have been blonde and now I'm brunette. Probably brunette, you're looking at about half the cost of
Oh, yeah.
being blonde.
Yeah.
So that's like a personal choice. Why? Part of the reason I went brunette.
Yeah, so fair.
I think my hair was probably around that $400 mark for
Yeah.
blonde.
Yeah.
And then obviously a bit less being brunette.
Yeah, which will definitely help leading into your show
Yeah.
for sure. So yeah, I think about obviously depending where you go, what you get done, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, about that $400 for like just for that one appointment beforehand. Whether it's if you go for a little bit more before that, then just to help lighten it up if you're going to be blonde. But yeah, definitely looking at that $400 for that one appointment, and then obviously if you get things like hair extensions, like I have quite thin wispy hair, so I absolutely need, especially for IFBB because again, they do really judge that overall package, right? So your hair, they judge literally hair, makeup, jewelry, tan.
Yeah.
Like they've definitely been marked down. It's so funny as well. Like this is probably a little bit off track, but looking at my hair, like in comparison to all of my different shows. So like Sydney, the Sydney girls at IFBB are amazing. Makeup, hair, they look so good. Loved everything. Going into the Melbourne and even overseas, I'm like, how if I someone that doesn't know anything about hair, if I can see in my
Beck's
photos,
a hair in bun every day.
oh
Girl. Like, just
like
throw
this,
it in.
like this right now in the clip. Like
Yeah.
you're lucky you're getting this because normally it's like a top knot on my head. Like I don't know anything about hair, but if I can see in my photos that like I've just got 3 big like curls that aren't like brushed out or anything, I'm like, why did I pay a bajillion dollars, especially when I was overseas, for you to not even like run your fingers through? And I don't know what the back of my hair looks like.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man. And I just look at the photos and I'm like twitching, like that's what I look like.
You can't go back on it
so
now.
I don't know where I was going with this. Anyway, making sure that obviously when you get because obviously you'd want to document it, you want to get all the photos and stuff. So like you want to make sure that you have, a nice full kind of luscious
Head
locks
of
of
hair,
hair, right?
yeah.
That's all I can remember.
I don't know how to describe it, but it just adds to the look. Like,
yeah. And again, you're getting judged in it, right? So you don't
Mm.
want something like that to be the thing that kind of lets you down.
yeah, you don't want to have the perfect body and there you go, oh, her
Yeah.
hair looks shocking.
Because sometimes that can be literally what two people can be just smashing it out there, looking amazing. The judges don't really know, like they're pretty
They
even
can't
as far
decide,
as,
yeah.
obviously it's like you'll have 7 judges or 5 judges or whatever it is and, majority rules type thing. And if honestly, if it comes down to that, it's going to be like whose hair looks better.
Yeah,
It can
100%.
absolutely do that. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep in mind. All right. So your other little bits and pieces, like your nails,
Just, little things like that.
like that, kind of looking at about $100-ish.
Because you want to get don't forget to, ladies, to get your toes done as well. Because you do see your toes.
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. And then obviously if you're kind of wanting, I think as well, like a lot of people go, oh, I have to have like a really fancy design or whatever. You absolutely don't. Just as long as they're done, the judges can't see what's on your actual nails.
And if I can recommend as well, I wouldn't get anything to match your bikini.
Oh,
because
no, please
you
do
don't
not go
know
colour.
what's going to happen on the day. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know that, like, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm wearing purple. My bikini's purple. You rock up on the day, your purple bikini breaks. Some random girl at the back has to loan you her green bikini.
Yeah.
And then now you have purple nails and a green bikini.
Yeah. Also,
So
it just looks
just,
tacky. I
just
feel.
get like French or just a baby pink.
Yeah,
like,
some kind of neutral vibes for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, 100%. Toes, like you could probably, I don't know, do whatever, but like I would just go like a white. Or
Yeah,
like
I
a
wouldn't get like
French.
fluoro yellow because
Yeah,
then they're
yeah.
just going to look at your toes. the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like,
100%. And then okay, so that's probably all like the
makeup per show.
oh yeah,
like,
so
as well.
per show, yeah. So let's
And
go
tan.
through.
Let's
I was gonna
talk
say,
makeup
so
and
the
tan.
even like the makeup and the makeup and the hair, you're probably looking at about $370 for like the show day makeup and hair. And obviously that's per show as well, right? So if you do more than that, it's going to be more than that. Tan, again, each different federation is going to have different costing, but for IFBB, the Pro Tan, they do it's pretty much about $300 per show as well. So that includes your base tan, your top coat tan, and any kind of like touch ups or anything like that. Sorry, so the base tan you wash off. The next day you get your next tan, and then the show day you get a tan as well. So there's a lot of tanning going on. But they also do touch ups and stuff like that before you step on stage. Like Pro Tan is like amazing. Like the girls in Pro Tan, Andrea, she's the best.
They want you to present their product well on stage at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone knows you're in Pro Tan, so
yeah,
like they don't want you going on stage and people going, "Oh, look at that girl's tan. It's all patchy or whatever." So they're going to give you a good,
and they're really good as well. Like if you're
good presentation of your tan.
for sure. If you're too pale, like even sometimes coaches will be like, go and get another coat. They won't charge extra for it because like obviously everyone's skin takes it differently as well. So, you know, like someone obviously going in a little bit more tan compared to someone else, they might need only those two, you know, two coats, kind of two top coats.
If you're thinking of cutting costs and you're thinking, I'm just going to go down the street to the random lady down at the salon
or not the same.
in my main street, don't do it.
Don't
or
do
if
it
you're like, I'm going to get some Bondi sands and I'm going to chuck on 10 layers at home, don't do it because you can tell the difference between you've got 7 girls on stage and 6 girls have done their tan with Pro Tan and they look perfect. And then you've got Sharon who went down to the local salon in the back corner.
Got a bronzed.
And got like level 3 bronze and she looks green. Like, so you can tell when someone has gone a different way with their tan. Just go with who the federation provides. Even if it's expensive, it's worth it.
Yeah. A million
do
thousand
not cut costs with your tan.
Yeah, never at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, the girls, like I know that especially for the Pro Tan, like in IFBB, it's kind of like worldly known that like she's amazing. Like she's tried to be poached from to overseas and stuff like that. And they're like, no. So like definitely worth it. Like worth the product, worth the service, everything.
Yeah.
Highly, highly worth it. So yeah, did we chat about extensions?
We did, yeah.
So about $600 for extensions. Okay, let's go through. Did we go? Yeah, we went through hair and makeup, all that kind of stuff. So let's go through like your registrations and stuff like that for shows. So again, each federation is different. For IFBB, it's about $150 Australian. So it's actually $100 USD because it's through the NPC
worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide federation. And then so that's just to get your membership to actually be able to compete. And then from there you have your show day registration. So NPC membership to actually be able to compete in IFBB in Australia. And then it is $250 per class per show. So say for example, I did True Novice, so like first timers or beginners, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
True Novice, Novice and Open. So that would be obviously $750 just for one show.
Yep.
And then obviously if you do state and national, you know, it all goes up from there. Whereas Paris, yours was ICN.
Yeah, ICN from memory. Like I didn't fact check, so I'm just going purely off memory of 2 years ago. I believe it was around maybe like 120, somewhere between 100 and 200 to do your registration to ICN. That lasts you 1 year. So that will cover you for any cost for any show that you want to do that year. And then it was $200 to enter your first category. And then for each category you wanted to do on top of that, I think it was $80. So like if you just wanted to do opens, $200 plus your registration to the federation. But obviously you want to do as many as possible. So like I did 5. So I'd be looking at $200 plus the others. I'd be looking at around what the math, like 600, 500, somewhere around there.
Sure.
Yeah. I could be wrong. I'm not good at
whatever
maths.
that equals.
Yeah. You do the math.
Yeah. So yeah, and with ICN you pay that. I remember being like, you pay it in an envelope and like cash on the day.
Yeah. So it's kind of good though with ICN, you get the opportunity to save that money because you don't have to give it to them until like the day before your show or either the day before or the day of. I can't exactly remember, but
yeah,
it might have been the day before when you get your base tan, I think.
Yeah,
potentially.
you do registration like for the show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that is for the federations, for the registration, sorry. And then obviously we're looking at all the other little bits and pieces, right? So like your accommodation if you're staying somewhere. Obviously we definitely highly recommend staying close to the venue
Yeah, for
the
sure.
night before the show. And then depending on like again for IFBB, because you have tan 2 days before, 1 day before, and then show day. I always recommend, like, so say, for example, I'm gonna compete on the Sunday, go down on the Friday because that's when you're gonna get your first tan. So then you're staying, what, 2 nights rather than just, like, the 1 like you
Yeah.
would for ICN. So just, again, kinda depending on, where you're going, all that kinda stuff. Obviously, you're looking at for 2 nights stay, you could be looking at around 300 to kind of $500.
Mm.
And then, again, if you're traveling somewhere, we're going like for IFBB, the national show is in Melbourne. So you're going down to Melbourne, obviously, whether you fly or drive. And then again, you're probably going to stay there for a little bit on the longer side. I think we drove down on like the Thursday, I think, to Melbourne. And then so we stayed, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. The last thing you want to be doing is driving back
Yeah, no.
the
Especially if
night
your
of the
show
show.
runs late at like
Oh,
6
yeah.
o'clock, 7 o'clock. Like
Yeah,
you do not
expect
want to
that
get
to
on a
happen.
flight that
Yeah.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So, you're looking at, 4 to 5 nights, especially if you wanna kind of tack a holiday on the end of the back end of that as
Yeah,
well.
like you
So
want to go out
'cause
for
you're
dinner the
there.
night of your
Yeah.
show and yeah,
Yeah.
Gold Coast or Melbourne, wherever it may be.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
obviously, like, especially if it's your last show that you're doing for your season, you can't really enjoy where you're going for the first little bit. So you kinda wanna stay a little bit longer post and then
You
enjoy
best
that, have a
believe
little bit
Sunday
of.
night in
Oh, yeah.
Melbourne, I'm going to get a fat feed.
Oh,
I
yeah.
haven't quite thought about it yet because it's so far away,
Oh,
but
yeah, no. Don't do that to yourself.
I'll have a whole plan. My last prep, I had in my notes app exactly what I was ordering from the restaurant, probably about 4 weeks ahead.
Yeah.
I was ready to go, so I'll be doing the same thing. And Melbourne, there's so much food, so it'll be
Oh,
great.
yeah, Melbourne is, like, amazing for
Yeah.
food. I had no idea what I was gonna have
Oh,
post
I had it
my show.
fully planned
To be
out.
fair, I was over in Canada, I had no idea anything
Yeah.
about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you definitely get a good feed over there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Lots of fatty foods.
It was so bad, and 'cause my show ran so late too, there was, like, nothing open. Anyway.
Except for fast food.
Yeah, I literally got Popeye's chicken, and I was
Yeah.
so disappointed, it was horrible. But anyway,
Yes,
that'll
that's
be
the worst.
that'll be a
Yeah.
next week conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is, accommodation. Obviously talking about flights, depending where you're going. I'll be completely honest with you. So just for my Canada trip that I competed overseas, I did about 5 to 6 grand.
Yeah.
So that's obviously flights, accommodation, and I stayed, obviously it was like, I think just over a week maybe. That's talking visas, everything, right? So yeah, there was quite a lot there.
Yeah.
And
We'll
then
touch on that more
we'll touch on that more
next
next
week's
week. But again,
episode.
if you're kind of thinking overseas, definitely like a couple of grand.
Double what you've
Yeah.
already gonna save
Yeah.
for prep.
Yeah, easily. And then other things like your photos and videos and stuff like that. So IFBB or both actually, every federation would have an option
A
to
media
do a video.
provider, yeah.
Yeah. So you get your definitely do like your photos and stuff. So I feel like it's for both of them. You have the option if you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, I highly recommend definitely do it.
I didn't do it and I regret not doing it.
Yeah.
If that tells you anything.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty sure you can get them for a certain amount after show as well.
I think so,
Pretty
yeah.
sure.
And I think there's like photo and video or just photo
Just photos,
options. Like
yeah.
if you're not a huge video on
Yeah.
Instagram, like you're not going to use it for TikTok or whatever,
Yeah,
you could probably just get the photos.
Yeah. Depending on, so I would probably say like if anything, definitely get your photos for sure. So there's different packages that they have, whether you want 10 downloaded photos or 20 downloaded photos. So you're looking at between $120 to $180 there. And then obviously videos are going to be, I'm pretty sure from memory, it was like $250 to $350 for like a 30-second video. Like it's, not a lot at all. I do wish that I did that for my Melbourne show.
So did you just do photos?
I just did photos, yeah. And so you can also just like buy individual photos. So I think it's like $10 per photo.
If you're
as
like,
well.
oh, I like that one.
Yeah. So there's definitely different options there. But at the same time, it's so hard to fork out when you've spent already so much money, like that much money for like a 30-second clip. But they do a really good job though. Like
you're
so
listening
cool.
to us
like
and you're like,
slow-mo.
oh, like $120, but like you've already just spent $5K in the last 6 months. So that 120, you're like,
ooh, do I really need it?
Yeah.
But like photos, definitely, I think it's like a big, for sure, definitely.
Like
do
you
that.
may never do it again. Like you may never get on stage again. So just get the photo. It's a great memory.
Yeah.
You can show your children. If you're single, you can chuck it on your Tinder bio.
Yeah,
Tinder bio,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, definitely. And then all your other little bits and pieces, like your food.
Like throughout your prep, like
Yeah.
the whole time. Food, your gym membership, obviously. And then another one that I feel like a lot of people don't touch on is like recovery. Because it's really
Very important.
beneficial if you can afford it to get massages, saunas,
Yeah.
ice baths, all those things during your prep.
Yeah, 100%.
Because your body is going through it.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And it wants that extra
It
recovery.
needs
It
a
wants that
recovery.
massage. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, massages are like, I feel like kind of definitely from like 10 weeks out, you kind of want to be looking at getting a massage, I reckon, every fortnight to 3 weeks. For sure. Just because you're like, think about it, your body is absolutely going through the ringer, right? It's doing cardio probably every day. You're doing 10,000 plus steps. You're posing, which is like, oof, that's hard on the body.
You just feel like stiff. Like you just
So
don't
stiff.
feel calm and
Yeah.
relaxed. And you want your body to be calm, especially before getting on stage. Like you want to be just super calm,
Yeah.
super chilled, relaxed.
I remember I had a voucher from my birthday and I used that like in my peak week. And it was so good. It was like perfect. I had like a little spa massage.
Nice.
I think it was so good. But yeah, definitely highly recommend that. The other thing as well, so obviously you can like think about this kind of stuff when it's, your birthday and like Christmas time and stuff like that. Like get your family to chip in for it. And like, there's definitely ways that you can kind of be like, okay, well for my birthday you can pay for my heels or, for Christmas you can pay for my jewelry or whatever.
Yeah, take advantage of it for sure.
I mean, if you're lucky enough for them to pay for your bikini, like
yeah.
crazy. Like, go you. But yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah, must be nice. Yeah. But yeah, definitely just kind of, figuring all that out though. And then so we did a nice little total for you guys.
Yeah, and we both went,
oh,
like when we saw the total, and I was like, oh gosh.
To just list it all out, whatever. You're like, oh yeah.
And it's over like months of time. So you don't see it in a chunk.
Yeah, no. But when it's a chunk.
When you visualize it in a chunk.
So we calculated with everything that we just kind of listed there, not including like your Canada trip and like your food and stuff like that you spend every week and your Canada trip because you're all going to go to Canada.
You're all going to Canada. Surprise.
But if you do any overseas or anything like that, and it's just kind of based off like one show, right? So just take that into consideration. You're looking at about $7,500. Ooh. And that is, like we said, for everything that's kind of more in talking about like the IFBB/ICN. So obviously if you're going to go for like more FMG,
you're probably looking at like double that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're spending
so
like
much
a quarter
more
of that just on your bikini.
Yeah. So, and then they do, I'm pretty sure, or is it that's maybe not FMG? Does the FMG do the media day and stuff like that?
Yeah, they do like a media night. So you're looking at a gown as well for that. And it's a lot. And then they do, I think they do like dress up or like they do extra features like on your bikini. There's so many different, that's why it's glamour, like FMG.
Yeah, fitness
because
glamour.
it is glamour, like
Fitness. What is it? Muscle glamour.
Fitness, muscle glamour. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, so like extra everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely save for sure. We can absolutely. It's our biggest recommendation is save.
Even if you're competing in 2030, like just start saving now.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why Bec's going into retirement.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I think that's kind of why I was like, you know what, screw it, let's just go to Canada and just smash that. So in my mind, I was like, I think it's gonna be, the last kind of hurrah. And I was like, I've always wanted to compete overseas, so I just did it. But yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah, I don't want to speak too soon, but this could potentially be my last season because I want to buy a house.
Yeah,
which is like so expensive.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like, never say never. I might compete in masters when I'm like 35.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for the cost of competing.
Yeah.
I'll give a little prep update.
Yeah, let's go into some prep update.
So I think I miscalculated last week. So I'm
I
actually,
feel like you did too.
I think I'm 20. I think by the time you listen to this, I'll be 20 weeks. Yeah, 20 weeks out. I think I said 22 last week.
Yeah, I think you did too.
I'm already
calculating.
I'm already stuffing it up. But yeah, so it's definitely been an interesting start. I didn't lose any weight in my first
She's been tested, that's for sure.
So my first 2.5 weeks, I didn't lose any weight. I'll be fully transparent. It was quite disappointing, and Bec was like, it's okay, like let's just relax. We made a slight change to cardio. We were gonna wait until I did my next check-in weight till the next week, but then I saw Bec in the gym and I was like, I was having a bit of a moment on that
Yeah.
day. It was literally 2 days ago, and I was just feeling so frustrated because obviously, it's only been 2.5 weeks, but I'm putting in all the work and I'm
Yeah.
doing the steps. Like, I know I'm not cheating myself,
No.
so I was getting really frustrated. I was like, "I haven't even lost 100 grams."
Yeah.
Like, my weight was just the same every day. Like, it was
Yeah.
just like,
Which is really
like
interesting. Like,
yeah.
firstly, like, how?
How? Because I'm
Secondly,
doing way more
obviously
steps,
it sucks that
cardio, less
yeah.
cows, you know?
And, like, it's enough time, like, so me as a coach, I understand, like, it's enough time obviously, we do wanna kinda wait and just see what the body does, but also, A, we're on a time limit, and B, it was enough time for there to have some kind of a change, and there wasn't.
Yeah.
So and I think as well because we had done that mini cut before, we kind of had like, there was always gonna be a plan B that we probably thought was gonna have to be it. And I think after, you saw like, I saw you in the gym, it was like, "Okay, let's just do it anyway."
Yeah.
That it's no harm in trying, and it gives us plenty of time still, rather than just being like, "Oh, let's just wait. Oh, let's just wait." Like, no,
Yeah,
no.
because you can only wait so long.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
I was doing at the start we started out with more of a higher intensity cardio, which we did in my last prep, and that was fine. It was perfect. It was all good. But I was doing 3 20-minute Stairmaster sessions a week at, like, 150 to 170. Again, this is all tailored to me, so don't take this as recommendations.
Yeah.
Um, and just nothing was happening. Like, I was doing the cardio, and I was suffering on the
Yeah.
Stairmaster.
No,
And I'm
I
suffering
actually
for what? Like,
yeah.
nothing's happening. So Beck was like, "Okay, let's shift to a lower intensity for a longer period of time." So I'm now doing 4 30-minute sessions of incline walking at a lower heart rate. And I did that for 1 day and I had a weight drop. I did that yesterday and I woke up and I finally had a weight drop and
Yeah.
oh my God, I got on the scale and I was so happy.
Yeah.
I lost 500 grams overnight, so I was absolutely cheering.
Which we love.
And I think we were having some troubles there with some food
Yes.
as well. So I was saying to Beck, most of my food that I'm eating now, I was eating during off season. Um, but I was having pumpkin, and we thought that it could have been the pumpkin because I remember the end of my last prep, I got a bit funny with pumpkin. I was getting a bit bloated and a bit TMI, a bit gassy.
Yeah.
Um,
No such thing as
yeah,
TMI on this
no
podcast,
TMI
guys. You're
here.
gonna hear about everything.
So we took away the pumpkin as of Monday. So
Yeah.
this is Thursday when we're recording. We took away the pumpkin from Monday, Tuesday, and still the same. I was
Nothing.
still bloated. I was still gassy. Like I sent back a video and like I looked like I was expecting.
Yeah.
And my belly was all hard and I was like, what? It's obviously not the pumpkin because
Yeah.
we've taken that away. I did a little bit of a Dr. Google and it said that green beans, which I was also having, which I wasn't really having in off season,
Yeah.
that could be causing the issue. Took away green beans yesterday.
Body loves it.
Yeah, no bloating, no farts.
That's a happy
Yeah.
partner.
I'm not stinking out the bedroom.
But honestly though, guys, like, it can literally be that one little thing, that
Yeah.
one tiny little
Like
thing,
100 grams of green beans
like
was affecting me
nothing,
so much.
like a small handful,
Mm,
and it can be, yeah, like, literally the make or break in, like,
mm,
how your body reacts and how it responds.
yeah. So hopefully now, like, I continue on that trend of weight
Yeah,
loss,
yeah.
hopefully. Hopefully I make up for the last 2.5
Yeah, you
weeks.
just have a massive drop, like
Yeah, it would be nice. Wait,
yeah.
hopefully I lose a kilo
Yeah.
tomorrow, but still feeling good, like still feeling fine. Like obviously I've had a slight drop in calories as well with that
Yeah,
increase
we
in
did
cardio,
have a
but
tiny bit.
not massive
Oh,
at
yeah, I
all.
think it
Like
was, like,
so
50 or
subtle.
so.
Like not really noticeable
No.
day to day. So yeah, I'm still feeling totally fine. Like obviously I have little moments where I'm like, that chocolate would be really yummy, or like a donut would be really yummy, but it's not like a
I'm gonna
taking
have it,
over
I'm
my
gonna need it.
brain and
Yeah.
I'm not tired, I'm not hungry, I'm not like I'm a little bit hungry like during between meals because I'm like sometimes I would have an extra snack here and there in off
Yeah.
season.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still don't feel as though I'm like in it. So
Yeah,
yeah, we're
which
chugging
is
along,
good,
which is
yeah.
good. So hopefully next week I'll have another good update. So this was a
Yeah.
good update.
Yeah, definitely a good update for
If
sure.
we were recording the podcast on Tuesday, it would have been a different
Oh,
story.
yeah, for
Because
sure.
in the gym, I nearly started crying.
Yeah.
Um,
And this is the thing though, right, is, like, again, having that, like, it's obviously, I would hope that you'd message me anyway,
yeah,
but, like, we implemented a change then and there, and, like, again, because we've had that experience with each other, like, I know that, hey yeah, I knew there was no doubt in my mind that she was doing everything
mm,
possible, so happy days, but at the same time, yeah, we don't really wanna be wasting all too much time either, so,
yeah,
yeah.
like we're still so far out, but it's like just test the changes. Like we
Yeah.
tested the pumpkin, it didn't work. We
Yeah.
tried something else, it worked.
It worked. Yeah.
Rather than just sitting and waiting, and then I would get more frustrated and then more stress on my body, and then I probably wouldn't lose anything
Yeah.
because I'm stressed, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Because I do get quite stressed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not feeling that at the moment, which is good, which I wanna stay that way.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm happy that I had a drop, otherwise I probably would have been really stressed.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that's the other thing as well. Like as a coach, I think it's kind of my job to make sure that, we try and keep those stress levels down as well, because obviously that's, not good for anyone. But
yeah, you're not like in my check-in, you're not like, "Oh, I'm so disappointed you
yeah,
haven't lost
no,
anything,"
absolutely not.
or "This is really worrisome." Like,
Yeah,
you're not saying anything like that. You're
no,
just saying, "Okay, let's make a
it is what
change,
it is.
see
Let's
what
do it.
happens.
Yeah,
If it doesn't work, we'll change something
yeah,
else. No
definitely.
biggie."
Yeah. And this is as well, like, I was gonna say it's kind of important to have that, like, be more on like a food plan. Because if Paris was changing her food like every single day, it'd be so much harder to
To
know
identify
exactly
what was
what it
wrong.
was,
Yeah, like,
right?
if I'm
Like,
still eating my like, you can still eat calories and macros, but if I'm having rice one day and pasta one day and avocado this day and this,
yeah,
that,
yeah.
it's like, "Oh,
What is it
what's
specifically?
causing it?"
And obviously we kind of strategized and really kind of figured out, okay, well, at what stage are we kind of getting bloated and blah, blah, blah. I also did a little bit of a change with some of your food as well, but, like from the check-in too, just to kind of make a little bit more sense of, where we have fats and carbs and all that. But yeah, there's definitely it's interesting though how just one little food can make such a massive difference. So
And I knew it was my
not s
dinner because I was
yeah,
eating all throughout the day and feeling fine, and then,
yeah,
like, 3 hours after dinner, I'm like, "What's happening to my
yeah,
stomach?"
yeah.
So you just need to, like in your prep, really important to listen to your body
Oh, so important,
and
so
pick
important.
up on those things.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, hopefully, next time we'll be even happier,
Yeah,
but definitely happy with this prep, this prep,
this prep.
this
Woo!
check-in,
Yeah, good.
so
It'll be a
far,
good
this little
check-in
update.
this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, I think that's pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
that's
Training's
it
feeling
for us.
good,
Yeah, training's fine.
loving your program.
I'm doing a lot of core stuff, like,
So much core.
she's gonna be doing core stuff every day, and I'm like, "Ow," like, my abs are ripping apart. I'm like, "How do people do this every day?" But,
It will get easier, I promise.
yeah, apart from that, yeah, everything's fine,
Yeah. Ooh, happy days.
as it should be
Yeah,
3
just
weeks in.
yeah. I'd be very worried if it was like, "I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm
We'll
so
see how
tired
I
and
feel in,
hungry."
like, 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. I can't wait. I can't wait to be, like, doing this podcast and you're like,
Yeah, and I'm
"Guys."
like, "Alright, Beck, you gotta talk."
Yeah. And I'll be like, "La, la, la, la,
I
la."
just gotta sit here and do nothing.
Yeah, just say yeah.
And then I'll be like, "No, shut up, you're annoying me now." Like,
Yeah.
"Sorry, guys,
Yeah,
15-minute episodes is all
yeah.
you're gonna get
That's
when
all we're
I'm in
getting.
prep." Nah, just kidding, just kidding. But, yeah, thanks for listening to
Yeah.
episode 3. Again, if you're not on Instagram, like, follow us on Instagram at The Stage Code, like, and I think you can turn notifications on as well so you can see when we post, but
Yeah.
we're gonna post, like, every Monday on the podcast, so, yeah.
Yeah, so, Spotify and Apple
Oh,
Podcasts
yeah,
now.
sorry, I forgot Apple
Yeah,
Podcasts.
yeah,
Perfect.
definitely. And yeah, it gives we'll probably put this on YouTube too because visuals, so why not?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can do that.
subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment,
Yeah,
subscribe, share, all the things.
yeah. Well,
And yeah,
thanks,
if
guys.
you guys have any questions though as well, I can't remember if said this last time, but
Oh my god, sorry, I'm
no, you
interrupting
go. Yeah, no,
to
I
my
love
brain.
no.
My sister and her boyfriend actually had a question.
Ooh, we
So
love
they
this.
actually I should play the recording.
Okay, yeah,
So
do
they
it.
actually sent in a recording,
I love that.
and my sister was, like, telling her boyfriend, she's like, "Stop, like, she's not gonna be able to play this," because he was being, like, inappropriate.
We love that.
Okay, yeah, they're asking about the rear pose, so we'll just touch on this quickly before we wrap it up.
I love that.
They're talking about the rear pose in a bikini girl when you turn to the face of your rear to the judges.
Yeah.
And they just don't know why we do it. And I explained it's because you want to show off that X shape. You want to show you the wide shoulders, like the wide lats, and then the tiny waist. And then it's a way to show your glute hamstring tie-in
Yeah.
as well. So it's just really another way of presenting the X shape.
Yeah.
Because, like, there's not really many other ways you could sort of face the rear and show that X.
And if you were just standing like normally without kind of pushing your glutes back, you're not going to be able to see A, the shape of your glute, but B, the hamstring tie-in. Like even when you see like girls walking on stage and they don't walk with their glutes lifted, it just looks like an empty sack of
They've got no
potatoes. Like,
shape through the
yeah,
glute.
they've
Yeah.
got nothing, right? It's just like an empty, just blah. So the reason why we have to like push so much back and up is to kind of push the muscle into the skin to make the like glute
That
look
roundness of the
better.
glute.
And
Yeah.
obviously again, like show that glute ham tie in as well. But that's so funny. I used to get that question all the time. Why do you guys
Like,
walk
why are you
like you have a
sticking your
stick up
butt to
your
the
butt?
stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have to walk like that? And I'm like, it's to make sure A, our glutes look good, and B, you can't see the fat jiggle because there's
Yeah.
gonna be some kind of
Because
fat
you
there.
get so flat and so depleted that if you just walk normally, it just looks like a flappy pancake.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Which you can see like on some girls when they aren't doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. I love that
So
question.
yeah, I'm glad I
That's
remembered that. I'm glad you
why-
brought that
yeah.
up. So yeah, if you guys do have any questions,
Yeah, and we love all weird questions like
yeah,
that. Like,
send the voice
please.
notes,
Yeah.
send the DMs. We've got email as well. You can shoot us an email.
Yeah.
It's thestagecode@gmail.com.
Yeah. Yeah. Or yeah, through Instagram at the
And you
stage
can
code.
remain anonymous. Like
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
can call you out like I did my sister, or
Yeah.
you can remain anonymous. But
Yeah.
they're gonna listen to this, so I have to call them out.
Yeah,
So,
that's so fair. No, we love that. We appreciate you and your questions and your hyping us up.
yeah. But yeah, thanks guys for listening, and
Thank
we'll
you.
talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.